Maushmi joining us live. She's been tracking very closely those developments. India Bloc meeting today, Maushmi, has a lot of discussions that will be tabled, including seat sharing, a common agenda, and more importantly, who's going to be the prime ministerial face for the India Bloc. That, I assume, will take a little time for them to come up with a name, if at all they do want to come up with a name. But what more do you expect to be deliberated as part of this meeting, and who are those top leaders who are already arrived?
Right, Nabila, this couldn't come at a more interesting time, because the winter session, the climax is at its peak, where you've had several suspension of MPs. The Congress has lost the assembly elections, and facing that drubbing, perhaps its morale could be at an all-time low as far as, pitching itself as a leader as far as this India alliance is concerned. And with the other opposition parties, whether it's JDU or TMC, or for that matter, Shiv Sena, mincing no words about Congress trying to eat the entire cake itself and trying to, in fact, elbow out the allies. This could be very well icebreaker of sorts, because we would see Congress trying to reach out, and as the visuals pour in, Nabila, you can see that Nitish Kumar there coming in. We saw Arvind Kejriwal, and before that Sonia Gandhi arrived. Derek O'Brien is there. Many leaders have sent their representatives, but as far as the power play is concerned, it's a packed and power-punched amalgamation of sorts as far as the regional allies are concerned, aligning in this India alliance. Nitish Kumar there, many are mooting him. Let's try and get in that reaction from him. So he's just moved towards the meeting. Perhaps it's well past 3, and leaders now setting in for the start of that meeting. But importantly, the point that I was trying to bring in was that Congress perhaps would be reaching out, letting everybody talk their heart out. There will be Akhilesh Yadav, who was very, very bitter after that entire thing panned out in Madhya Pradesh, where the Samajwadi Party was not a part of the Congress's fight, and they would even refuse to share a few seats. So we will have to wait and see how the regional satraps, whether they sting or listen or, try and maneuver and want more elbow room for themselves to play out. But clearly, one consensus is there that it has to be more than just a chai pe charcha or perhaps a tea party. It has to have some big takeaways, whether it's seat sharing, whether it's getting a convener on board, or whether it's getting some face to the entire alliance, perhaps in one leader, one convener, one coordinator.
Well, this meeting not just comes in the backdrop of 141 MPs being suspended in the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, but also the 5 state elections, Maushmi, where the Congress lost out miserably in the Hindi heartland, though they won Telangana, the state in the south. But that does not really help them gain, at least perception-wise, the Congress does not seem like a principal opposition. So you have many of the regional parties and other parties itself, even for that matter, Aam Aadmi Party or TMC's, Mamata Banerjee's TMC, many other parties who are vying to now act as the guiding light for the India alliance. No more does Congress have that clout.
I would put it the other way, that perhaps we are seeing more vocal leaders, the leaders being more vocal about what they want. And that's why, what we saw in the editorial in Samna clearly underlined in bold that the Congress party perhaps has to think beyond itself, have a bigger heart, and it cannot just be about tokenism. There has to be some real big deliverables that we can actually take home. And here, even as there is an array and battery of camera persons and journalists covering that big India event. You know, it is in the election time that the BJP and the Prime Minister Narendra Modi has been taking away all the limelight and the votes. So, and that battle in the recent assembly elections, what the leaders will press upon the Congress, the regional satraps, that election was BJP versus Congress. In the Hindi hinterland, it couldn't get bigger than this, and the overconfidence of the Congress perhaps made them not go under the banner of the India alliance as far as the assembly elections is concerned. So they will mince no words, let me tell you, as far as, you know, the discussions are concerned. I had asked one senior leader, what's the agenda? And they said there's no agenda. Perhaps, you know, everybody will feel that there is a need, this is the need of the hour. But the pressure can clearly be felt. Congress can feel the heat that, all right, we did Ekla Chalo Re in the assembly elections. We will have to take that big bat and the discredit or the credit if we would have won. So we'll do that, and then we'll talk about the real business, the real deliverables. We are open to seat sharing. And they also said that we are not after a PM candidate post. We are not even after the convener's post. So perhaps the Congress doesn't want to be very brazen about it. Mallikarjun Kharge had reiterated it in the Mumbai Baitak. So we'll have to wait and see, Nabila, how that pans out.
All right. Maushmi, you're right there where the India Bloc meeting is just about to commence. In fact, we saw all the leaders. Those are images there. Mamata Banerjee also walking in to Ashoka Hotel. You have Sonia Gandhi, MK Stalin, Lalu Prasad Yadav, all the top leaders who have already arrived. So that meeting begins any time now as we track it very closely. Let me take you through all the reactions coming in the backdrop of the 4th India Bloc meeting here in Delhi.
साहब एक और बड़ी बैठक है दोपहर में, कहा जा रहा है पीएम चेहरा फाइनल हो, सीट शेयरिंग फाइनल हो, कांग्रेस को बड़ा दल दिखाना है, ये आपके घटक दल कह रहे हैं, शिव सेना, जेडीयू ये बात कह रही है कि एक कन्वीनर तय होना चाहिए कांग्रेस।
मुझे मालूम है, देखेंगे।
कह रहे हैं कि चाय बिस्कुट खाने के लिए सिर्फ नहीं आते, कुछ ठोस नहीं।
अरे ठीक है, उनको ही पूछे क्या करना है आगे।
Rahul Gandhi should say openly, I am not in the prime ministerial race. I am out of this prime ministerial race.
No, why you will say like this? It is after election, everybody will decide.
आम्ही एकत्र जे आलेलो आहेत ते आम्ही कोणाच्या डोक्यामध्ये नेतृत्वाची हवा नाही भरलेली, तर देश आम्हाला वाचवायचा आहे. ज्या पद्धतीने आता काल सुद्धा खासदारांचं निलंबन झालं, काल आपण महाराष्ट्राच्या विधिमंडळामध्ये एकूण सगळं चित्र बघितलं. हे बघितल्यानंतर देशातली लोकशाही ही शेवटची घटका मोजते का, हा एक प्रश्न आहे. आणि तिला जर का जिवंत ठेवायचं असेल तर सगळ्या जणांनी, आणि तशी मला वाटतं सगळ्या कोणाच्या डोक्यात नेतृत्वाची हवा नाही आहे. देश हा सर्वोच्च आहे. देशातली लोकशाही ही वाचली पाहिजे, कारण देशातली लोकशाही जगली तर देश जगेल, आणि ती जगवण्यासाठी आम्ही इंडिया बनून एकत्र आलेलो आहोत.
अगर इंडिया गठबंधन मुख्यमंत्री नीतीश कुमार जी को प्रधानमंत्री का उम्मीदवार घोषित करते हैं तो मुझे लगता है इससे इंडिया गठबंधन को काफी फायदा होगा, क्योंकि इंडिया गठबंधन में एक वही ऐसे नेता है जो काफी स्वच्छ छवि और ईमानदार छवि के नेता है, और उनके नेतृत्व में अगर हम चुनाव लड़ते हैं तो 2024 का जो चुनाव है, जो हम भाजपा के अगेंस्ट में लड़ रहे हैं, भाजपा के विरोध में लड़ रहे हैं, तो 2024 का चुनाव यदि हम अपना प्रधानमंत्री का चेहरा श्री नीतीश कुमार जी को बनाते हैं तभी जाके हम विजयी हो पाएंगे, वरना किसी दूसरे इंडिया गठबंधन में कोई वैसा दूसरा चेहरा नहीं है जिसको हम आगे करके और प्रधानमंत्री का चेहरा बना के चुनाव लड़ें तो हम कभी सफल हो सकते हैं.
Mamata Banerjee will be a basically credible face with credibility of India, but we are not demanding that Mamata Banerjee should be projected as next PM. We are only saying that India should be projected with proper spirit. Mamata Banerjee will continue as CM till 2036, and then Abhishek Banerjee will take over the charge and he will be the next CM.